Good morning everyone! Welcome to Two-Headed Wolf Gaming channel as we're continuing our gameplay through Terra Invicta, submitting to the aliens. But for the moment we're just trying to make a future of ourselves, figure things out and see what we can explore and exploit. We took over Japan, so we need to work on defending our interests here. This will be one of the most important regions that we have at the moment, so we really need to pay attention. The second region that we need to secure will be here in South Korea.
Standing by for orders.
So I think I will do pretty much the same. Yes, let's defend our interest in South Korea as well.
Safe for our people.
Where to?
On the rest of the regions, if we take a look around, I mean...
Ready for my mission. What's the op?
Acknowledged.
I feel like I would like to do a purge mission in here just to kick out humanity first.
Removing our enemies.
But then we'll
at your service.
Leave the region because we are over cap at this point. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's take a quick look here to see what do we have where. In the orange dots we have the places that we've already left or are open to enemies' attacks. And there's nothing that is useless for now. Let's see, do we want to make an alliance? Could be an interesting idea to ally Japan to South Korea. So how about we go here? We say to this region, oh, we need to control it for a bit more. No, but it costs some points. Let's see, if I want to do it to South Korea. Okay, apparently we managed to do an alliance there. And over here we're gonna do the same because we do control the executive branch. We're already allied to Japan. Okay. So that's pretty much our first move there. And we have one more person with us. I believe that we should start working on China. If we can get into China, we will receive a lot of research and a lot of money. I feel like it's a great place to develop, but it is very difficult to get into. At this point, because of their censorship and their nation's population, we are starting at -21. So I'm not even sure that it is a good idea to spend this kind of cash. Let's see, let's try to do something else for once. Maybe we will improve. Let's improve our opinion in Indonesia. And that's pretty much it.
Securing our interests.
Securing interest has happened in Japan and also in South Korea.
For next mission.
What you need to know about defensive missions against offensive missions is that defensive missions will always take place first. So defending interest will always happen before anything else that can happen. On one side, it gives you less chances to attack a certain region, important region, but on the other side, you can imagine that it will be super annoying for you to lose defend interest when this expires and then you not having the chance to reapply it. In this game, you'll be balancing resources enough to where
we're winning their hearts and minds.
To where it's okay that defensive missions happen first. At least that's how I feel. We've lost a control point in North Korea. We'll
Our
be
enemies
fighting
are still in control. Cleaning
over
things
it.
up.
This will be mostly a distraction that we're going to keep doing.
Standing by for orders.
Let's see. We
Reporting in.
her.
Standing by.
Can we do a purge here? There's a 60% chance that it will happen, but we could do a crackdown.
Going after their people.
Reporting in.
Okay. What else do? We can investigate some counselors from around. We don't really need to investigate our very own counselors, at least not this time. I could find out more about him. Let's try.
Target.
Let's see what
What's the op?
what they're working with.
I'm here.
And Australia might be an interesting place
We'll make our appeal.
to keep dragging
Ready
people
for
to our
orders.
side. In Japan, we've made the most of it. I guess doing a bit more in
Make
North
our
Korea
appeal.
would make it slightly more difficult for the enemies to take over. Good. Well, that's pretty much it. Confirm. Let's continue on.
We've got some intel on our target.
We've got some intel. Let's see. What is he? He's a scientist. Yeah, now I remember. We were really looking at
We've
his
moved the needle.
organizations and we want them.
Crackdown complete.
Crackdown complete. Good.
We're winning their hearts
So
and
we're
minds.
taking back North Korea,
Prepping
I'm
for next
guessing.
mission.
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
We've lost a control point in New Zealand. That is okay. Let's take a look at our intel. Do we see how many points do they have? Yes. So if I'm taking a look at the resources, at this point we have the least amount out of all of the factions. Okay, very interesting. And can I do something to take over here?
Where do you need me?
Let's see, a purge, yeah.
Targeting your position.
79% chance that we succeed
Ready.
there.
What's the op?
Reporting in.
Taking over this sector would be at 60% to do so. Let's
We'll be
try
running
it.
this place in no time.
Ready for my mission.
I mean, I am willing to give up on a few more territories. For example, Malaysia, if we're taking Australia. Though value-wise it's
go.
not the same.
Standing by.
Your orders?
It could come in handy. Let's see, detain a counselor, would disrupt his mission. Not necessarily. Let's do advice, and we'll do here in Japan. Improving,
Offering support.
having some growth, and
Offering
improving the
assistance.
country. Just an increasement in investment points, a small one. We don't have a whole lot of stats at this point to improve everything.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We are in control
Okay.
now.
So we're in
Our
control
presence is growing.
and we've grown our presence in Australia. That means that we have to go over here, we have to abandon this country because otherwise we'll be taking too much penalties to our influence.
Cleaning things up.
In Australia, the resistance came in. Mysterious obelisk. Local explorers have happened upon a strange obelisk in the wilderness near Almaty. The obelisk is a tall, vaguely pyramidal object with a surface of cool, smooth metal. People on the scene have reported hearing an eerie hum and feeling uneasy in the presence of the obelisk. This is certainly worth looking into in light of recent developments, but how should we go about it? Seal off the area, 50% chance that nothing happens, we gain insight into the obelisk 30% and gain 150 research, which is not bad. And sudden xenoforming bloom, 20%, triggers the following effect: the spread of xenoforming in the Almaty region will increase by a medium amount. But because we are servants, establish a shrine dedicated to worshipping the obelisk. The servant's monthly influence income increased by 1. Attempt to disable and order the obelisk demolished on the spot. You know what? Get that influence up by 1.
Of course there was an accident, frankly.
So what are they doing now? Ad Astra. The adoption of society-wide ambitions to dramatically increase humanity's presence in space. They're really going for some research that I do not care for. I would really love to take them out. So we've lost our control over a military unit, but at this point they can attack the executive. So let's defend
Protecting
interests
our
first of
interests.
all.
Acknowledged.
Second of all, we'll take her.
Ready for orders.
And we're gonna do a crackdown. The weakest point at this moment is resistance, so
Turning
we'll
up
crack
the
down.
heat.
We're gonna
I'm
do
here.
some public support
Ready
campaign,
for orders.
and with
We must
you,
persuade the people.
I mean, defending. Can I do? Let's remove our rivalry. At this point, we're just gonna go neutral with South Korea. And I wanna see. We'll defend our
Securing
interests
our
first of all.
interests.
Because I am very curious. Is there a way in which we might be able to unite the Koreas? Let's also take a look here in the research tree. If there's anything like that. Well, at this moment I can't see anything along those lines. But if we were to look around the unity movements, maybe, right? The arrival would just be Warsaw Pact, Corridor Diplomacy, and East African Federation. Okay, nothing impressive. Unity movements, though. No, I think we've looked at it last time and it doesn't really seem so. But the Unite Malay Nation would be interesting. However, we would be giving the enemy some openings as well, so
Securing our
I'm not sure
interests.
it's necessarily a good
Protecting our
idea.
interests.
We're gonna go for breaking up the countries, not
Prepping
fusing
for the
them.
next mission.
Okay. Interests have been defended.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
We've hit them where it hurts.
Beautiful, beautiful work. Also, I found, when I was playing on my own, I found a few things. Like, if you take a look here at the region, right? And each region is different. If you take a look at Tokyo, Tokyo is a capital region, which means missions targeting the nation as a whole or its control points will take place here. Conquering the capital of nation in wartime will trigger regime change and annexation of any claimed territories by its enemies. And core economic regions grant a bonus to the economy priority. Also, like, there's ecologically protected regions. These regions, typically in high altitudes or latitudes in the northern hemisphere, will not suffer economic loss due to global environmental damage. There's also rugged terrain, which you can imagine it helps in war, and there's a lot of things that once again have a lot of influence on how you fight and where you should fight and things like that. Alien abductions reported in Novosibirsk.
It takes so very little for one tribe of humanity to look upon a second tribe as the other. Think of what will happen.
We have mission to Mars, and now they're working on mass drivers. We lost a point in Malaysia because we've removed ourselves from there. Sure, that's okay. I care more for taking Australia at this point. We have some new organizations. Sumiyoshi Kai, headquarters in Tokyo region. But we need what? 40 influence, 10 ops, and 50 cash. If we wait for that, we would receive 30 monthly income to cash, 1 to influence and ops, plus 1 to espionage and security. You know what? I think we're gonna gather the influence to do that.
At your service.
Can we do a purge here? Yes, we can, but we need to spend some influence to have a chance at
Terminating
succeeding.
the opposition.
Sure, we're gonna do that.
Standing by.
Where do you need me?
Where do you need
Who
me?
has the best investigation?
At your service.
She has.
Ready to go.
He has.
Where
Let's
to?
investigate some alien
On the way
activity.
to the target site.
Where to?
We're gonna do a few
I will tell our
campaigns
story.
over here,
Standing by for orders.
and let's continue. At this point, because we are over cap, we're bleeding some of our influence. And it might not seem much, but trust me, it is. We've managed to research the cells, clandestine cells, so that means we can recruit another agent on our side. And we could work Operation Research Outpost Core, that could be useful. A social science lab. I feel like we're investing a lot in that direction. So for the moment, let's spend some time trying to research social sciences. We're also researching military science lab. I almost feel like at this point we don't need to focus too much in this area, and we can start adding some researches up here as soon as we have the chance or the opportunity to do so. The town that stood still. The whole population of a small town in Kazakhstan has stopped moving entirely. We can only suspect this to be the prelude to further alien actions. Okay, public opinion increased for the aliens in Kazakhstan. Alien performed 6 abductions. We could do a few things, but it's only humanity first, if we have rapid response. Basically, we could do a lot of things if we weren't... If we
Hold no sway
weren't
in their
the...
minds.
What was our name? Servants, that's right.
The people will come to our side.
Once again, I don't find myself necessarily thinking, oh, servant, yeah, that's what I'm going for. Okay, we're getting a lot of alien abductions report. I wonder
They
if
found something.
we should do this. Okay, we've investigated. Let's see. We have completed the investigate the first contact objective. Discreet questioning has revealed a number of disappearances, some of animals, but most of humans. All evidence does seem to confirm that these disappearances are the work of the emissaries. This is disconcerting, and I will not pretend it is good news. Perhaps things could have unfolded differently were we the ones to make first contact. Still, we must adapt. The aliens clearly have their reasons for doing what they do. For now, we must have faith. So now she wants us to study methodology. The aliens are not so different from us. Yes, they are far greater than we are, at least in some respects, but to view them as fundamentally other is a mistake. Had our position been reversed, a matter of perhaps only a few thousand years, then we would be the ones looking down upon the planet now, just as they look down upon us. The true question is, were that the case, would we be acting as they were? Would we be approaching them with open hands in peace? Or would we be far more brutal than they could ever be? To this question I have no answer, but I suspect it would be the latter. We have the potential to be nobler than the emissaries and also potentially to be far worse. Cool. So now we can go with the methodology, and we'll do that. We'll do study alien methodology here. I mean, at the end of the day, this is really important for us.
Our people have taken control.
We have taken control of another point in Australia. That is awesome. Let's see, can we get a bit more influence? We can.
Wrapping
So
up here.
the advantage to doing that is that we can buy one of these. Let's see. Can we not? We have to have the trait criminal. And we do not have it right now on anyone? Weird. But maybe we can get it on one. Government, okay. Firebrand. Okay, so we do not have
Wrapping up here.
a criminal with a free spot. We need to give her an organizational point or unequip some of these. What do I want to do? I guess I'll take a point in administration. That is the first thing that we'll do, and I will unequip this one for now, just so we can take the Sumiyoshi Kai. It will improve her as an agent here. And we can also make her a survivor. Let's make her a survivor. Keep security high. Good. The reason why this is darkened is because it's not active until we finish the turn, until we have the first actions. Okay, I can equip this one on any of them. Survivor, Streetwise would be interesting, but I guess Puppet Master seems like a better idea here to gather some of that. Inflexible. Cost more. Remove Addict. This was one of the things we were working towards, so let's remove Addict for now.
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
Good. And that's pretty much it, so let's finish this for now.
Your orders?
Where to?
Can I break? I have a good chance to break the control
Targeting their
from
key
humanity first.
Ready to go.
We're gonna investigate more of this area. I know I'm using the ops.
Ready. We must persuade the people.
Reporting in.
But I feel quite strongly about it. Okay, let's do
Making
more
our
missions in
case.
South Korea. Our defend interest in Indonesia has expired. We don't have the influence to do anything about it right now. So hopefully during this turn we're not going to lose territory here, but it is not impossible that it will happen. A new alien fleet is completing transfer in the lower orbit. Another UFO crashed, 2 UFO crashed on Earth. It's going to be really difficult to get to.
Mission in progress.
The people will come to our side.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
Okay, we managed to do a crackdown in Australia. Perfect.
Recon complete.
Recon complete. Let's see. So we finished the military one. We could do interplanetary warships. Or we could continue with one of the things that we were working on before. Social science labs. Sure, let's do that for now. Let's take another look at our base in space. Over on this side, we can now build a solar power. It will provide us with 10 energy, you can see. And we can either do military, we could do a xenology lab. And I'm not sure how useful this is for us. I mean, it feels like one of those buildings that are a bit more important for the other factions, right? You want to find out as soon as you can what the aliens are doing and how. However, they might be giving us some technology later on. But I'm guessing we'll have more resources by that point too, so... Let's go for military science. Every one of these hubs is using 5 power, so we have 10 power from the solar collector, and we will be able to build 2 military science labs, giving us a total of 6% to military research, like a bonus to research. Okay, we have enough influence to spend a bit more time here. So we'll defend our interests
Securing
in
our
Indonesia.
Ready. I will tell our story.
Good.
What's the op?
Let's see. Could I
We're taking power.
break humanity's first influence? We're using a lot of our ops on different missions, but let's go to the alien crash sites and we'll do them in the US. Confirm assignments and let's see what's going to happen here.
Securing our interests.
In the US, in Canada, the resistance has taken hold. In Mexico, we have the initiative. And there is a fight for the United States at this point. There are bushfires in Australia. We can't really do anything about it. There will be some damage to the population.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We laud the Romans for assimilating, rather.
Okay. Now we have a chance. Terrestrial military science. We had quite a good advantage over here, so I'm thinking that if I start investing in points here now, that is going to work to our advantage. Maybe we'll be able to control science in 2 locations at once.
Here's what we found.
Every investigation
Our associates were unable to take control.
we do gives
things
us a
up.
small bonus to xenology. Okay, we're gonna
Your
try
orders?
purging here again, but this time we're gonna spend some influence, giving us a better chance.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready.
Your orders?
Let's continue making
At
some
your
campaigns, but
I'm here.
We need to spend a bit more money to actually manage to do so.
Making our case.
Ready for orders.
Set national policy. Let's see if
On
I
my way
can
to
do
the capital.
something in South Korea there. And with you... I guess I'm just gonna investigate a few of the
Initiating
councillors.
surveillance.
At this point, I believe that we should gather influence in order to, first of all, defend interests wherever is necessary, and second of all, we need this new agent. Getting 5 agents in total is probably one of the priorities that we need to think about at this point. Okay, critical success. We found this guy again.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
Unification. The European Union, under the initiative, and Benelux have decided to merge into a single nation. Just look at that. So basically they've used one of the researches and they've created the European Union, and they've united here in order to create a slightly larger
complete.
place. Disband one of our faction's armies, freeing up resources for others' uses. No, we're not going to disband the army.
We'll be ready for
But
new
it was
orders
interesting
soon.
to see. I wanted to see if there was some sort of decision, maybe to make a unification here in Korea or what. We lost the
We're
Pacific
in control
States.
here.
We now have full control in Australia. And we finished Canada under the Resistance have ended their alliance with Australia because it's under our control.
Ready for orders.
We have new organizations. Nothing that we want. Let's defend our interests here in
Protecting our
Australia.
interests.
Where to?
And let's take a look at everything that we have. So we have North Korea. Singapore we left, New Zealand we left, we have Kazakhstan, Indonesia, Japan and Australia and South Korea. So at this point we're a bit over cap, but we're gonna leave it as it is. There will be some research that we're going to bring to use. Public campaign, let's
We
keep
must
working on
persuade
North
the people.
Korea because there
Standing
are
by
other
for
people
orders.
there making it harder. Investigate,
On the
we'll
way to the
investigate La
target site.
Paz.
Acknowledged.
In Bolivia. With this agent, we're gonna investigate someone else. Try to figure
Tracking
out
target.
what are we fighting mostly against, like who has,
Securing our interests.
what is one of the toughest agents out there, and we will be paying attention to them. Alien methods. Having uncovered evidence of multiple livestock abductions sometime before the first correlated human disappearance, it would seem that the aliens have been observing us for long enough to understand Earth's biological and social hierarchies. In short, they have steadily worked their way up the food chain. By analyzing patterns, the species, location, the frequency, and the subtlety or lack thereof, the proximities of settlements of recent disappearance, we can now point a clear picture to their methodology. The disappearance began with animals, then moved on to humans, then early disappearance followed no pattern that we can discern, but over time they became focused on the rich and the powerful. Unfortunately, it seems clear that those humans who disappeared did not do so by choice. It appears that the aliens are, for now, seeking control rather than understanding. This is discouraging, but not unexpected. We knew that the aliens were searching for something, but it is clear now that they do not understand what they are searching for. They are, for now, treating humanity as hostile, and it's easy to understand why. To them, there is no visible difference between a human who understands them and one who hates them. The temptation must be great to simply use their natural superiority to exercise direct control. Still, we knew from the beginning that our task would not be easy. The choice of the emissaries to act as they have done means that many will die, including, perhaps, us. But death in a worthy cause is not to be feared. The plants may die as long as the garden survives. You know what? I'm starting to like this story. It's not total like, hey, aliens, we are here to submit to you and all that. It's actually we're treating them with a bit of superiority, right? They do not know exactly what they are doing. We're gonna teach them. Speak with the Chosen. When the populace settles a new land, they work to change it, to mold it, using their technology and traditions. At the same time, however, the land far more subtly works to change its new owners. Sometimes the land bends to the colonists' will, but far more often what happens is a fusion, a symbiosis, where what evolves is something entirely new. The settlers are the masters of the land, yet they in turn are shaped by it. Perform surveil location mission in areas with suspected okay. It is hard to explain what I saw. I did not hear the aliens, but I understood them. I did not recognize them, but I knew them. As one can know something learned in childhood. They came to our world seeking, but they were fleeing as well. They are masters, yet they are also slaves. Fear is what drives them. Fear of what befell them in the past. Fear of what might happen again. They can be more, so much more, but they must move past their fear. Someone must teach them, help them, and we have an opportunity to be those teachers, those helpers. Perhaps we should fail. If we do, the consequences will be terrible, but I do not believe we will. I have faith in us, and in humanity, and in you. Could you imagine if our main objectives would be to take down the aliens, or, befriend the aliens in this situation, and then you find out that there are even bigger aliens coming after them, and you have now the fleets and everything ready to probably defeat an even bigger boss? It would be a bit weird, to be honest. Okay, increase our control point management capacity by 25, spin-offs a new organization to faction pool, grants the following resources. So now we can do Path to Paradise here. And we will be focusing, of course, one more time on this. I guess we need to create another laboratory for xenology. Let's take a look at the moon. Can we settle it in any way? Like, do we have enough? I do not have the mining complex. We can launch a prospector probe. The academy has already colonized. Okay, we're gonna try to send a probe and hold on to some resources because I want to settle. The sooner we get here, the better it will be, because we get to pick a choice. There are better choices on all of the planets.
Prepping for the next mission.
Pretty much rewarding who goes there first.
Tracking failed.
Tracking failed.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay, public opinion is moving in our direction. Good. And we're investigating the aliens.
I will report when my mission is complete.
So we've done that, but because they've landed here, we can also do scanning. We can also scan the region to do... Speak with the... What was it here? Speak with the Chosen? Yeah, perform surveil mission in an area where aliens were there. Canada under the control of the Resistance, and New Zealand have ended their alliance. Cool. Things are starting to shift. We are going to survey location,
Initiating recon.
probably. We'll survey with her.
Ready for my mission.
At your service.
We failed to discover who this person is, but we're gonna try again
Eyes
here.
on target.
What's the op?
Let's continue
try
our
to sway the
campaign in
public.
Australia.
Standing by.
Japan is doing okay. North Korea, it seems like in North Korea it's
We'll
very
make our
difficult to
appeal.
sway the people. From humanity first.
Standing by for orders.
Confirm assignments. Actually, wait a second. we're not gaining a whole lot of resources, and I'm trying to figure out exactly why. Do not know. We just went up in
Initiating
caps.
surveillance.
Probably because of the economy and things like that, it went up a little bit.
Surveillance complete. We'll be ready for new orders soon.
What do we have here? A tech mogul. I don't think I ever
Public
seen a tech
opinion is
mogul
moving in our
before.
direction.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Probe arrives on the moon. And we cannot build a base right now, so we will need to do some research. Instead of social science labs, we're gonna do an outpost core, I think. A basic control center for a small planetary base. And that's what we'll do. We'll invest our research there. We can stop investing research over here. Okay.
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
The Alpine States and the European Union has united. It's a bit unfortunate, like they're becoming quite strong, and I feel like we should start targeting them. How many armies do they have? 1. However, this territory is quite tough. I will have to start making some plans. And I think I'm going to make some plans to break New Zealand as well. We don't want the enemy on our porch. So it expired in Singapore, but we'll abandon this nation again. Let's see.
Acknowledged.
Reporting in.
She didn't find anything. Let's start looking in the US for alien signs.
Surveilling target area.
Ready for my mission.
With
Ready
you,
for my mission.
Ready.
I guess we could
We'll make
continue
our
doing
appeal.
public
Ready to go. Making our
campaigns.
case.
And
Standing
with
by for
you,
orders.
there is a possibility to open up the European Union in a few places. Let me
I'm
do
here.
something that is
What's the
totally
op?
weird. So we'll take
At your service.
you from Australia. And we're gonna do a public campaign in Europe. I have no idea whether this will turn
Making
out to
our
be a good
case.
idea or not.
Your orders.
We're gonna try. And we'll investigate the activity
Headed there now.
here.
Setting a watch.
We've moved the needle.
Good.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
In Indonesia, they've done a crackdown. They've actually managed to do so. And it's apparently the Protectorate. I will try to investigate and detain him. Indonesia now has like their first space program, so now they're gonna start producing boosts.
We found something.
Good.
Ready for my mission.
She isn't finding anything, unfortunately. But let's try now to go
Eyes
over
up.
here in the Baltic states.
Ready.
We're gonna keep
Standing
doing
by.
some campaigns
We must persuade the people.
in
I'm
the
here.
European Union. Now, if we're gonna get control of the European Union, it sounds pretty good to me.
Acknowledged.
Can I make a break here in Indonesia? No, we cannot. Defending interest over crackdown will not work. But I could work on detaining him. Is there anyone else who could do that?
Standing by.
She can't, but she
Boarding
can
in.
take him out.
Where to?
Ready.
Okay, so only him can do
Where do you
detain
need?
counselor, and we're gonna try it.
We'll bring them in.
Acknowledged.
Okay, continue the
I
campaign
will
in
try
North
to sway
Korea.
the public.
And this is pretty much all the
On
time that we
Overwatch.
have for today, but we're gonna come back tomorrow where we're going to continue to expand.
The differences in our languages are irrelevant, for we all grow closer to those near us in time.
So what are we going to do for the big research? We are going to... Let's go to the tech tree. How is it called? Like, what is the next one? For independence movement, we also need arrival domestic politics. So arrival domestic politics is what we're going to use here in order to break up the countries. Until next time, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you do, remember to leave a like, as it does help any kind of content creator grow. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful day.